What's up guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how to create a paracord fishing jig lure, and this is going to be a good one if you are in a survival situation. I know I have done a tutorial on how to create paracord jigs before, but I have done it using a vise. But if you're out in a survival situation, you obviously wouldn't have that. So in this video I'm going to show you the most minimalist way on doing it with just your paracord, a hook, and I have a jig head here, 16th ounce. And if you guys are in a survival situation, having a smaller hook is gonna increase your chance of catching fish. And I have scissors, but obviously if you're in a survival situation, you probably have like a knife or something. But scissor would do for this indoor video presentation purposes. But yeah, knife will definitely work. And I am using some paracords from Extremus, military spec 5040 paracord, and this is some cool stuff here. Let me show you guys when I cut this thing apart. But basically, military construction grade paracords. This have like 550 pound breaking strength, but inside has many strands. I believe this has like 7 strands and a tracer strand, and we're gonna use those internal strands to tie our jig. The outside, this paracord is going to be the outside lure. So first and foremost, you don't want to cut small pieces right off the bat because you won't have that internal cord to tie your jig. Okay, so let's go back to jig for a second. As you see, it's basically a bare jig head here, and what you want to do is you want to create some wrappings on your jig first before you lay your paracord on and then tie the paracord onto your jig head. So what I would like to do is I like to measure a mount, and you definitely want to use something more than a foot long. So the more the merrier. So I'm just going to measure out approximately 15 inches here, and I'm going to do a snip. Alright, chuck that off the side. And I guess I'll cut this side too because this side was burnt. You definitely want to burn your paracords after you cut them when you're not using them so it doesn't fray. But in this tutorial, I'm not doing that. I'll just do that offline. But anyway, let me pull this out for you guys to see. Ta-da! And guys, if you don't have this specific paracord, the military style, the 5040, and it's like, I guess, a different type of braiding, you're gonna have to take a lot of your time pulling everything apart. But anyway, we have this here, and you still kind of have to take them some apart. I mentioned earlier, this is the tracer strand. If I could get this thing to focus, this is very thin stuff, and this is actually really good to use to tie onto a jig. And I'm actually not gonna use that. I'm gonna actually use this guy right here because I want to demonstrate to you guys. And actually gonna do one more thing with this strand here. These individual strands here actually have a few more wraps. There's actually 3 different little lines here. So let me get that open. There you go. You see that? 1, 2, 3. And if you use this one right here, the whole thing, when you wrap this, it's just gonna be too thick. And what happened is that this thing will still slide very easily. And I have one tied on the side using a different color just to show you guys. See that? And it just slides back and forth and it's no good. Okay? So what you want to do is take this guy here and strip that out. And you're going to have to do it several times because as you see, it's just like springing up. So you pull it, you feather it, split it apart, pull it, let it untangle, unwrap itself, and boom, there you go. You have one strand. This is the strand that we'll use to wrap our jig and the paracord. Now, before we start the wraps, let's take the jig head and the paracord and kind of line it up and measure. Now, you could use a longer if you want a longer tail, or you guys could use shorter. I like to use something about twice the length of your hook shank, usually when I tie my other stuff, so I'm going to stick with that. So I'm going to cut that out, okay? And I'll leave it to the side. And paracords come in many different colors. I see I also have the orange one from Extremus. And as you saw the thumbnail, I used the orange one before. as a testing, caught some fish with it, but now I am doing a tutorial here. So I'm using this guy, a more natural color. I think the fish will actually like this color a little bit better. But some fish like bright colors, or certain conditions, bright colors will work better than natural colors. Anyhow, this video is not about that. We're gonna go straight into tying this jig head. Alright, so this is how I'm gonna do it, okay? I'm right-handed, I'm gonna hold the jig on my left hand first, and I'm gonna take the strand pointing left to tie again. I'm gonna align it right onto the jig shank like that, and I'll wrap towards the jig head. Make a few wraps just to so secure it, and I'm gonna wrap down the shank, heading towards the bend of the hook. And once you hit the bend of the hook, you can turn back around. From there, if you want to do 1/2 hitch just to keep it secure, so that you can put it down, you can do several hooks at a time. 1/2 hitch, you can do it very simple by doing this. See that right there? Okay. I put my middle finger down on it, and you twist. Okay. Then you put this guy over around your shank, pull, boom. This thing ain't sliding. Okay, this thing ain't sliding. From there, what you want to do is align your paracord to see where it's supposed to come out. Put that in, come out, push it up to your jig head, okay, to your lead head, just like that. From there, you pinch down onto your paracord and start making your wraps. Make a few strong wraps onto the paracord. Wrap it down. I like to wrap it down probably 1/4 inch, and then back up. Nice and tight. Do 1/2 hitch. Secure it. Okay. And then we're going to whip finish it. We're using a hand without a whip finish tool. And to do that, it's basically multiple 1/2 hitches. So this is what you do, okay? Put your tag in, or aligning next to your lure, just like that. Okay, and you have a loop here. From right here, you twist one time, wrap it around the back, twist another time, wrap it around, twist one time, wrap it around, twist one time, wrap it around. So 4 times total. You don't want to do too much, or you won't be able to pull it. I think I overcounted it and it's too much. Oh, there it goes. But yeah, you want to do this a few times. So again, put this thing right next to it, just like that. Twist, 1, twist, 2, twist, over, 3, twist, over, 4. Pull it again. Come on. 4 might be too hard, but try to do 3 if you want, but you want to do it plenty of times, since this is a survival situation. You want to keep this thing on here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right. Oops. And if you want, you can wrap a few more times, just like that, and then do it again. 1/2 hitch. Because you're not gonna use any glue. There's no glue. I mean, you could probably get some sap from some sort of tree and get it done. But I like to be safe, because you don't know how many hooks you have. You don't know how much paracord you want to use and waste in a survival situation. And there we go. Okay. You don't have to trim this if you're in a survival situation, but I will just trim it just for the sakes here, just so you can see how this is. Okay. And what you can do next, I think this thing shifted a little bit, but it's okay. It looks like this, and it doesn't look that great, but once you take your fingers and actually start pulling this out, you'll notice that this actually resembles like a tube bait. Okay. Just feather it out. You don't have to feather out. You can. You don't have to. It's up to you. Choice is yours. Your lure. And I'm going to fix this so it actually looks a little better. Boom. Presto. Now you have a paracord jig. Just for fun, I'm gonna use that tracer line because it's super thin. Alright, I'm gonna get it up to the head, get it down. I'm not gonna narrate much because I'm just gonna get this thing all done. Okay, get it back to the top. And do 1/2 hitch. And then I'm gonna just take the orange one. Okay, measure it out. And this looks like it's about 1.5 inches. If you guys really need the measurement. Some people like a formula. That's cool. I respect that. Having formula is basically a repeatable process, right? And yeah. Here we go. Got it up on here. Push the whole thing right up to the jig head, lead head. And this time I pushed it back a little bit more, which makes it look really, really cool. Okay. Nice and tight. 1/2 hitch. Okay. And let's do the whip finish. Take your time when you pull so it doesn't spring out, because we don't have a vise. Nothing here is pretty. Okay, and just finalize it with one more whip finish. 2, 3. Just put my finger here. Slowly pull that, and then wiggle this around. There we go. And I'm going to yank it just a little bit. Yeah, it would slide a little bit. Because again, these are all thick stuff and I don't have enough thread to build around the hook shank. But this will work. Definitely will catch us a lot of fish before it breaks. So I'm not going to, tug it and destroy it. So there you guys have it, tying lures using paracord and a jig head and the strands that make up this paracord inner body. So if you guys get into a survival situation and you guys need to use this, here you guys go, man. This is it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If so, make sure you smash that like button. If you guys want to see more lure creations, I have a ton on my channel and I plan on making a lot more. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification if you guys want to be informed on my latest and greatest video releases. I thank you guys for watching. Until next time, fish don't wait, survive!